our shirt on Teespring.
The United States, a nation founded on freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of expression. But what about the freedom to read? What happens when the very ideas we explore, the stories we consume, and the perspectives we encounter are deemed too dangerous, too controversial, or simply too different? This is the battleground of book censorship. From the nation's earliest days, the written word has been both celebrated and feared. In 1637, the very first book ban in the American colonies took place in Quincy, Massachusetts. A religious text deemed heretical was banished from public consumption. This act of censorship marked the beginning of a long and complicated relationship between literature and societal anxieties. Throughout American history, the urge to control access to information has surfaced time and again. Often fueled by moral panic or political agendas, censorship efforts aim to silence dissenting voices and maintain a narrow definition of acceptable thought. But within this ongoing struggle, a powerful countermovement has always emerged. Individuals and organizations dedicated to upholding intellectual freedom, recognizing that a society's ability to engage with a diversity of ideas is essential for progress and enlightenment. At the heart of the debate over book censorship lies the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. This pivotal document, drafted by the Founding Fathers, enshrines the principles that have guided the nation for centuries. This cornerstone of American democracy guarantees several fundamental rights, including freedom of speech and freedom of the press. These rights are not just legal protections. They are the lifeblood of a vibrant and dynamic society. These freedoms are not merely abstract ideals. They are the bedrock upon which a free and open society is built. They allow individuals to express their thoughts, share their stories, and engage in meaningful dialogue. The freedom to read is inextricably linked to these First Amendment protections. It empowers individuals to explore diverse perspectives, challenge their own beliefs, and grow intellectually. The act of reading is not a passive one. It is an active engagement with ideas, a journey into the minds of others, and a catalyst for critical thinking. Through reading, we connect with the past, understand the present, and envision the future. When we censor books, we stifle the very essence of this intellectual exploration. We limit access to diverse viewpoints and hinder the growth of a well-informed citizenry. The First Amendment serves as a powerful shield against government overreach in dictating what we can and cannot read. It ensures that no single entity has the authority to control the flow of information and ideas. It recognizes that a marketplace of ideas, where diverse perspectives can be freely expressed and debated, is essential for a healthy democracy. This marketplace thrives on the free exchange of thoughts and the robust discussion of differing viewpoints. However, the interpretation and application of the First Amendment in the context of book censorship is far from simple. It involves a delicate balance between protecting free expression and addressing concerns about harmful content. There are ongoing legal battles and passionate debates about the limits of free speech. These discussions often reflect broader societal tensions and differing views on morality, safety, and the role of government. Who gets to decide what is considered harmful, offensive, or inappropriate? This question lies at the heart of many censorship debates and highlights the subjective nature of these determinations. And where do we draw the line between protecting free expression and safeguarding the well-being of individuals and communities? This ongoing dialogue is crucial for maintaining the delicate balance between freedom and responsibility in our society. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed significant clashes over censorship in the United States. This period was marked by a series of legal and cultural battles that would shape the nation's approach to free expression and public morality for decades to come. The Comstock Law, passed in 1873, criminalized the distribution of obscene materials through the mail. This sweeping legislation targeted not only explicit content, but also any material deemed inappropriate or offensive by the standards of the time. This included literature deemed sexually explicit or offensive to public morals. The law's broad and vague definitions allowed for a wide range of interpretations, leading to the suppression of many works that today might be considered harmless or even important. This law, named after its chief proponent, Anthony Comstock, had a chilling effect on free expression. Comstock, a zealous moral crusader, believed that he was protecting society from moral decay, but his efforts often stifled legitimate artistic and literary expression. Leading to the suppression of numerous books and publications, the Comstock Law created an atmosphere of fear and self-censorship among writers and publishers. Many feared prosecution and the potential ruin of their careers. The early 20th century saw the rise of the Progressive Era, a period marked by social reform movements, and a growing concern about the impact of literature on public morality. Reformers believed that controlling the content available to the public was essential for maintaining social order and protecting vulnerable populations, particularly the welfare of children. Reformers argued that young minds were especially impressionable and needed to be shielded from content that could corrupt their morals or expose them to adult themes prematurely. The debate over censorship intensified as reformers sought to protect young minds from what they perceived as corrupting influences. This often led to heated public discussions and legal battles over what constituted appropriate content for different audiences. One of the most famous legal battles of this era was the Scopes trial of 1925. This trial, while not directly about book censorship, became a focal point for the broader conflict between progressive and conservative values. While not directly about book censorship, the trial centered on the teaching of evolution in public schools. This issue highlighted the tension between traditional values, which often included religious beliefs, and the emerging emphasis on scientific inquiry and academic freedom. Highlighting the tension between traditional values and scientific inquiry, the trial pitted modernist thinkers who supported the teaching of evolution against fundamentalists who saw it as a direct challenge to biblical teachings. The Scopes trial captured the nation's attention and became a symbol of the ongoing struggle between those who sought to control access to information and those who defended intellectual freedom. The intense media coverage and public interest in the trial underscored the deep divisions within American society over these issues. The outcome of the trial, while a legal victory for the prosecution, ultimately contributed to a growing public awareness of the importance of academic freedom and the right to explore controversial ideas. It highlighted the need for a balance between protecting societal values and ensuring the free exchange of ideas, a debate that continues to resonate in contemporary discussions about censorship and free speech. The mid-20th century witnessed a series of landmark legal cases that helped shape the landscape of book censorship in the United States. These cases were not just legal battles, they were cultural milestones that reflected the evolving values of American society. They highlighted the tension between the desire to protect young minds and the imperative to uphold the constitutional right to free speech and access to information. These cases established important precedents, affirming the First Amendment rights of students, librarians, and the general public to access a wide range of materials without undue censorship. Libraries, schools, and public institutions became battlegrounds, where the principles of free expression were tested and ultimately upheld. The decisions made in these courtrooms have had lasting impacts, ensuring that diverse voices and ideas can be heard and explored by all. One such case was Evans v. Selma Union High School District in 1924. This case was a significant early test of the limits of censorship in educational settings. It involved a controversial book that the school board wanted to ban due to its political content, which they found objectionable. The court ruled that a school board's decision to ban a book solely because its members disagreed with the author's political views violated the First Amendment. This ruling was a clear statement that personal biases and political disagreements should not dictate the availability of educational resources. It set a precedent that would influence many future cases. This decision established the principle that the government cannot suppress ideas simply because they are unpopular or controversial. It underscored the importance of protecting intellectual freedom and ensuring that a variety of perspectives can be accessed and debated. This principle is foundational to a democratic society, where the free exchange of ideas is essential for progress and understanding. In Mianarsini v. Strongsville City School District in 1976, the Supreme Court held that a school board's removal of books from a school library solely because of their content violated the First Amendment rights of students. This case further reinforced the idea that students should have the freedom to explore diverse viewpoints and that educational institutions have a duty to provide access to a broad spectrum of ideas. This ruling underscored the crucial role of libraries as forums for the free exchange of ideas and affirmed that students have a right to access a diverse range of materials. Libraries are not just repositories of books, they are vibrant spaces where knowledge is shared and critical thinking is nurtured. The decision in this case highlighted the importance of maintaining these spaces as open and inclusive environments. Another pivotal case was Island Trees School District v. Pico in 1982. This case addressed the issue of whether school boards could remove books from libraries simply because they found the ideas within them to be objectionable. It was a landmark decision that further clarified the limits of censorship in educational settings. The Supreme Court ruled that while school boards have broad discretion in selecting library materials, they cannot remove books simply because they dislike the ideas contained within them. This ruling emphasized that the role of educational institutions is to expose students to a wide range of ideas, even those that may be controversial or challenging. It affirmed the importance of intellectual freedom in fostering a well-rounded and informed citizenry. These legal victories have been instrumental in protecting the freedom to read, but the fight against censorship is far from over. New challenges continue to arise as societal values and political climates shift. It is crucial to remain vigilant and proactive in defending the rights that have been so hard-won. Advocacy, education, and legal action are all essential tools in this ongoing struggle. As new challenges emerge, it is essential to remain vigilant in defending these hard-won rights and ensuring that all members of society have access to a rich and diverse literary landscape. The freedom to read is a cornerstone of a free and open society, and it is our collective responsibility to protect and preserve this fundamental right for future generations. In recent years, there's been a noticeable increase in efforts to silence certain voices. It's not just about removing books from shelves, it's about controlling the narrative. This surge in censorship is a reflection of deeper societal tensions, as different groups vie for control over what is deemed acceptable. The implications are far-reaching, affecting not only what we read, but also how we think and engage with the world around us. The question remains, who gets to decide what is heard and what is silenced? In recent times, the challenge against diverse narratives has become more pronounced. Books that explore different cultures, identities, and experiences are frequently targeted. This trend raises critical questions about whose stories are deemed acceptable and whose are not. It's a reminder that the battle for inclusion in literature is far from over. The fight for intellectual freedom is ongoing and relentless. Advocates argue that everyone should have the right to read and access a wide range of ideas. They believe that restricting books limits our ability to think critically and understand the world. This struggle is a cornerstone of a free and open society. Defending creativity and expression is crucial in the face of censorship. Authors and artists push boundaries to challenge the status quo and provoke thought. When their work is suppressed, it stifles innovation and silences important voices. Upholding these freedoms ensures that creativity can flourish. Safeguarding our right to explore different perspectives through literature is essential. Books offer a window into worlds we might never otherwise encounter. Protecting this right means preserving our ability to grow, learn, and empathize with others. It's about ensuring that future generations have the same opportunities to discover and understand the richness of human experience.